analysis course. Thanks, Ola. Has anyone here already started applying or already registered to the data analysis course on Amatip IT?
Yeah, I registered for the data analysis course.
Oh, nice. Thank you, ma'am. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm sorry, my name is Efe Orobosa. So I did the registration on, was it Saturday when we had the seminar, and
Yep.
for data analysis.
Thank you very much for signing up. Can you tell us a bit about what experience do you have? Or is it no experience and you're just interested in data analysis?
No experience, but I'm interested in it because I want to switch. I want to move from I present customer service related job. So I'm just
Mhm.
looking at area in the IT. So I want to start off with the data analysis and see if I can get a job there.
Nice. Well, hopefully this course will let you, definitely, not oh, hopefully, definitely, this course will let you get that, make that change.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sagan.
Yeah, I'm all right. And you?
I'm good too. Thank you very much.
Yes. I missed the second will I say second class or second introductory Zoom link. So I was not able to get the full info of the registration and every other thing. So I was expecting an email, like a recorded version for me to follow through, but I didn't receive any. Not until I got this one. So I joined just for me to further explain myself and get more information.
Okay. Uh, Probably it might be error because we actually roll out email to everybody to update about the link. But it happens, it might be an exceptional cases. But probably we might resend the email to you if you don't mind. Are you on the WhatsApp platform? Well,
No, I'm not. After the
okay.
first Zoom link, I didn't join the second day, so I
I'm
couldn't
thinking
get
of
all
how
the
I can get
information.
your maybe probably email or contact, how we can get the link across to you.
Okay. Well, there was an email which I registered in. That was where I received this link. So
Info,
I'm appreciate.
info at, do you want to drop your email at the chat section
Okay,
so that I
okay.
can copy
Yeah,
the,
I'll just do that now. I'll just put it on the chat.
okay, so that we can update you later about it. And today
Okay.
we also brief later, maybe after the end of the program, we also brief about it. So anybody that also have the same issue, probably we might address it that time. Okay,
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Uh,
Would anyone else like to introduce themselves?
oh, good.
We'll just give 1 more minute before we start the introduction to data analysis seminar, because I still think people are joining. While we're waiting, is anyone brave enough to introduce themselves again?
It's your family.
Yes. So you will be seeing the same faces again once we start the course. So there's no need to be shy.
Okay, in the ancient of any question, any introduction, I think we can kickstart the program, right?
Yep, I think we'll start
Yeah.
now.
PJ, welcome to the, you don't need the introduction again, right? Adam has done a lot of introduction for you at the other.
Yes.
So,
Just to be recorded, I'll just go over the entire thing one last time.
okay.
Okay, before we start, I'm sure many of you in the call have heard about data analysis, big data, risk analysis, or something along those lines at some point in your life. Did you know they all just mean the same thing? data analysis. So before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Vijay Dantu, and I graduated from Imperial College London and worked as a mechanical engineer at a startup in Bristol for the past 4 years. I spent the last 4 years doing data analysis for scientific experiments or data collection and do research trends as an effort to make sure my company's research and product continues to stay ahead at the top of the market. And I recently joined Amatip IT with the intention to spread my knowledge and make everyone aware of different branches of technology. Today, I will give you a brief overview and introduction to data analysis. I hope everyone here walks away with what data analysis is, how it is used in large companies, and why and how is it done. And at the same time, if I'm good, I might convince you all to join the training course in Amatip IT today. Right. Before we start, I'll mute everyone on the call. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and I will unmute you myself so we can continue from there. I hope that's okay for everyone. Uh, there we go. I made sure to mute everyone now. All right, let's see. Before we understand what data analysis is, we need to understand what data is. Data means nothing but information. So in that sense, what does data analysis mean? This is my formal definition of data analysis. It's the process of cleaning, changing, and processing raw data and extracting actionable and relevant information that helps businesses make informed decisions. I know there are a lot of words on the slide. Let's just pick out the important parts. So the important part is cleaning, changing, and processing data. So you're taking raw data, you're cleaning it, making sure what's going on. The next thing is you try and interpret it to get actionable and relevant information. Why do you do this? Is to help the company make informed decisions. That's the main thing. That explains what data analysis is, but why do we need it? The main reason why all companies use data analysis is to help reduce risks inherent in decision making by providing useful insights and statistics. Any decision you make in your life, such as buying a house, buying lunch, getting a dinner, going out for a holiday, all of them have risks. So with informed decision making or informed data analysis, you can make the right choice. For example, if you have enough data or enough news information, you might not go to the Middle East for holiday or something along those lines. Right. Again, to reiterate the point, the reason why you need to do data analysis is to reduce the risks for any decisions you make. So I'll give you an example of what a company does. I don't know if anyone here heard of Mars Pet Care. You might have heard of them if you have a dog, a cat, or any pet at house. So what Mars Pet Care do is they have over 100,000 pet associates who take care of world's pets through nutrition, health, and services. That's their business. What they do is the main purpose they work towards is a better world for pets. And then they advertise over 50 plus brands, including Pedigree, Wisdom Panel, VCA, Royal Canine, etc. And this company uses data analysis to understand which brands are important or useful and where most people buy them. And why do they do this? They do this to understand where the demand is and they can supply in advance to the place. So you never have a stock issue and you minimize all the waste and improving the efficiency so there are no unsatisfied customers. So how else can this be used in a business? How and why? So businesses and organizations can develop a much deeper understanding with data analysis, understanding of their audience, understanding of their industry, and understanding of the company themselves. That's what they use data analysis for. Before we go any further, data analysis has many forms and many types. So let's go over some very common ones. The first one is a descriptive data analysis. Descriptive data analysis is the most basic form of analysis. What it does is it summarizes and describes the data, the main features of a data set. So what it does is it focuses on organizing and presenting the data in a meaningful way. such as mean, average, min, max, standard deviations, everything you must have learned in high school. Again, don't be threatened if you don't know anything about this. During our training course or internship program, I will go through everything in detail. So what this does is it gives us a very high level overview of the data and helps identify any patterns or trends. Second form of data analysis is diagnostic data analysis. What this does is it tries to understand the cause and effect relationship within the data. For example, you might see some, let's say there's a winter coming upon us and everyone starts getting cold or sick. And then what we do is we diagnose this. So when is the best time to order for more cold supplies or order for more cold medicine, etc., etc. Or even it can be used in electric grids. When is the most time, or when is the time that most people use electricity, and when they should overcharge or undercharge, etc. So what it does is it looks at factors and variables that contribute to specific outcomes or behaviors. The other one is predictive analysis. It uses historical data to make predictions or forecasts about future outcomes. It's very straightforward. The other form is prescriptive analysis. It's a step above predictive analysis by recommending actions or decisions based on predictions. What it does is it optimizes or provides actionable insights. So it tells you if you make this change or that change, you might go to a different outcome, making the life better. So again, I only went through 4 examples, but there are many, many types of data analysis. And I'm sure many of you heard about exploratory data analysis, where you just try and look at data, try and spot any trends it might have, and etc. And again, reiterating the same point, I will go through each and every single thing in detail during the internship courses. So let's go. The next one, I told you different types. All data analysis types have the very same stages. They all follow the same process. So let's go. What is the first process? It's a definition. What do you do in a definition or defined process or stage? You try and understand what type of data do you want to use and what do you want to analyze from the data? And the main question, why are you doing this? This is where you try and get together in a team, try and understand or define your entire project. The next step is collect. It's based on a define section. You think about how you want to collect your data and what sources do you want to use. First-hand information, second-hand information, or from the online, or from you can use an external supply to do it. Some examples are internal databases, surveys, interviews, questionnaires, focus groups, and etc. And then the next stage is cleaning the data. Again, some of the data you get is never clean. You might try and grab some data from two different websites and they have the same information. And you don't want to use duplicate data in your analysis, so you remove them. Sometimes there is some unfinished data or unclear data. You try and get rid of them as well. You just remove them. Or there might be different techniques that you can use to fix the errors. These are the 3 prerequisites. The next stage is analyze. This is the main bulk of the data analysis. This is where you use statistical methods to understand and interpret the data, and also use different machine learning techniques to arrive at conclusions. Please don't think that this is where, oops, sorry. Please don't think this is the final stage of data analysis. There is one more stage after that, and this is the most important one. And that is visualization or visualize. It doesn't matter how good of a data analyst you are or what kind of analysis you come up with. It's never enough unless you can report it to other people or communicate it. So this is an important bit where you create graphs, maps, summaries, reports, highlights of key points, and etc. to share. So these are the 5 stages of any data analysis and analysis type that follow. Before we continue any further, is everyone following with this? Can I get every reaction in the chat or something to make sure I know everyone's following? Yep, 1, 2, nice, nice. Thank you very much. Oh, that's good to hear that I'm still everyone's still following me. Right. As I mentioned in the data analysis stages, these 2 are the most important ones: analyze and visualize. So all the data you get might be someone might give it to you directly, or you can get it from the internal databases. But you, as a data analyst, you have to analyze this very clearly and present the data. Needless to say, we'll be spending a lot of time in these two stages of the data analysis. All right, let's try and go for an example. So I can walk you through all the stages. Let's do this one, book recommendations. Again, you might ask, what does a book recommendation mean? So let's start defining it. So in my definition, I said, what books would you recommend a bookshop to sell so they can maximize their sales and maximize their profits? So to do that, what kind of information do you want to collect? First things first, you want to know online book descriptions, if there is anything, summaries, descriptions, everything else. You want to collect all the reviews saying whether that's good, bad, 5 star, 1 star, 2 stars. At the same time, you want to also collect all the past purchases or sales that you can find from Amazon or somewhere. I already mentioned about book ratings and the reviews, but you can get information from a book review magazine or book review websites. Once you get that, the next stage is to clean the data. What you do here is you empty representatives of representations needs to be removed. So empty data sets need to be removed completely. Again, there might be some brand new books that's not been reviewed in the market or anything, and you don't want to use that to influence your data set. So you remove that too. And again, in general, if there's any missing data, you get rid of them. And the next one is the main and analyze section. Over here, you start asking questions like, how do we analyze which one is good, which one's bad? You might be looking at the sales figures, the profit margins, how much the book costs, and everything else. And at the same time, you look at which genre is being sold most, or which author like J.K. Rowling, Tolkien, or anyone else that been here, or George R.R. Martin. Or you look at single book or series, like example Dune series, Game of Thrones series, Lord of the Rings series, or you can look at single books like Agatha Christie books, or you can look at I can't think of any other single books. Sorry about that. Or you can look at the other thing, which is movie adaptations. For example, last year the Dune movie came out, which is based on a book. And when the movie came out, the book sales have increased rapidly because everyone wants to learn more about the story and get ahead. So these are the kind of questions and answers that you analyze during the analyze stage. And the next step is visualize. Again, over here, you'll be doing very simple box plots saying which genre sold the most, or which genre has the least profits, etc. Or you might do pie charts saying which genre or which author is the hot gossip around. And needless to say, the most important one for every single business is the profit predictions. So what do you think if a bookshop invested in horror books? Would you get a high profit margin or would you not? You might get it during October, but you might not get it during April. October being Halloween times. These are all the stages that you'll be analyzing and visualizing and sharing it across. So that's just a very simple example. Now let's go over the data analysis tools. What do I mean by tools? It's what do you use to do all the data analysis? So what I'm very comfortable is Python, R programming, and SQL. I used them for the last 4 years. And I use Excel, but Excel is super simple to use in my opinion. Again, I know a lot of people in the chat might disagree with me, but I'm more than happy to discuss about this. And the other one is Apache Spark, which is very crucial for big data analysis. And a lot of data pipelines in businesses use this. So I'll give you not a very quick summary, a very detailed summary during our internship. So what did I answer here? I went through a very quick question of what is data analysis, giving an explanation. And I explained why do we need data analysis? What are the different types? And I give you a very brief overview of all of them. And also explain what the entire 5-step data analysis process is. And then also give you a very, very quick overview of all the tools used. So before I start getting to the career section over here, I would like Ola to take the stage and give you an example of how we do a data analysis section. He will go through a live data analysis. Are you ready for this, Ola? Sorry, I muted you because your voice is resounding.
Okay. Can you hear me now, please?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can also hear the echo.
Give me a minute, please.
Yeah. So the data set all I will be going through is very close to our heart. So everyone that joined our seminar,
How's it now?
it's very clear. Thank you. No resound. I'll let you take
Okay.
the stage.
Okay. Just a minute, guys. Let me share my screen. So let's get our hand dirty a little bit. We're going into the practical session of data analysis. So you will see all what data analysis is all about. And by the end of today, by the time you go through the practical session with me, if you can also repeat what I do with you now, if you can also do it at your own hand, I can bet you with you, you can start calling yourself data analysis. At least if you are not a professional now, if you are not a professional now, at least we can call you a beginner in data analysis with the level of practical you will see today, because it's what actually happened in real life. Okay, so let's get there and let's get started. Let's get hand dirty a little bit. Just a moment, I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, guys, can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we can, Ola.
Okay, if you are with me together, can you type yes at the chat session so that I can know that we are all together, please? Good, 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 good. Okay, so let's get started. I will follow the 5 stage shared with us by VJ. And anytime you want to carry out data analysis in any organization, irrespective of any type of data analysis you want to carry out, you will still follow this same process that we want to follow today. The only thing that might be different is the type of tools that you want to use, in which today we will use a basic tools that all of us have been familiar with before, so that you can have quick understanding of what I'll be sharing with you. Okay, but have it at the back of mind that you are still, irrespective of how big the data is, irrespective of any tools you want to use, you are still following these stages of data analysis. So what's the first stage? Define. Like, we want to understand what are we working on. We want to define the problem that we have. So I will be using a real life example that is happening currently, that all of us, you have passed through the process, and that will allow you to have details understanding of what we mean by that data analysis, because this is a sample of what you'll be experience by the time you start your internship program with us. We deal with the real life scenario, and we use real life issue to practice what we are teaching. So, for instance, we have Amatip. Amatip have different internship program. I'm trying to describe the scenario we want to work on to you. So we have an organization, which is Amatip IT, and Amatip IT have customer. So all we are dealing with in data analysis is about the interactions of the customers with the organization. And customer interaction with the organization might come in different perspectives. It might come in time of sales, it might come in time of location, it might come in time of what they are dealing with. So the customer can interact with the organization in different ways. But in our home case today, you are the customer. Amatip is organization. You are interacting with the Amatip. How do you interact with Amatip? You go to our website, you register for our course, you select a career path you are choosing. Those are interaction. The process you follow to go to our website. Our website is part of our organization. You fill in our form is part of our organization. You choose a particular career path. all those things that are customer interaction with organization. So irrespective of how big the organization is or how small the organization is, they have to have a customer. They have to have some customer that are interacting with the organization before they can able to generate any data. Now you have been interacting with our system and we are able to generate some data. So we can analyze this data and have some, like, make some decision based on this data that we want to analyze together now. So now we are at the stage of make a decision in the organization, like which one among our training program is giving us good return on investment, and which one is having low performance in our training program, so that we can work on that particular program. But it is difficult for us to just know that without analyze the data that we have from the customer interaction with our organization. But by the time we analyze the data, we will be able to make that decision, and we're able to back up our decision with data in order to reduce risk. Because if we just use intuition, our intuition might be wrong. We might make wrong decision. But if we make decision based on the data we have at hand, we'll be able to make a good decision that have low risk. Okay? So now, when we have know the problem we have, we want to know which of our which of our internship program have good return on investment. That's the question. You have to have a question you want to answer. You have to have a problem you want to solve with your data analysis. And that's the problem we want to solve first. Secondly, we need to have that the second stage, like data connection. We have defined the purpose why we want to carry out data analysis. Now, presently, do we all understand the purpose of the practical we want to demonstrate now, please? If you understand, can you type yes at the chat session, please?
If you have any questions, you can also ask in the chat section. We're more than happy to clarify it about this little demonstration.
Yeah, thank you. I can see many yes. So now
no
you
questions.
understand. You understand the definition of the problem. We have defined the problem that we have in the organization. The organization wants to make decision on which of our internship program have a better return on investment and which one have a lower return on investment, which area we need to work on our training program. That's the definition. The next thing is data connection. Based on the type of problem we have on ground, based on the type of question that we have on ground to answer in our organization, what data can we analyze that can give us insight on to answer that question? So that will now lead us to data connection. That's the next stage of data analysis, data connection. When you want to collect data, you have three options. And these three options, the one you will choose depend on what type of data you want to use. Firstly, you can use in-house data, that is primary data, the data that you get from the direct interaction of the users or the direct interaction of the customer with your system. That means you own the data, that is Amatip IT, we own the data. That's our personal data, we can call it primary data. At the same time, you can use third-party data or you can call it secondary data. That is data from under other organizations. And at the same time, we have some platform in which, like, we also have some free platform like Google Data Set Search, in which they provide data from different organizations together. And the advantage of using those third-party data is most time they might have treated the data, like do the cleanup and the likes. But if you are using in-house data, your primary data, that is the data that belongs to you, definitely you need to complete the whole stages of data analysis. So in our own situation, we have decided the type of data, the data source that we want to use. So our data source will be Amatip. We want to use our own data by ourselves. So we want to use in-house data. A data belongs to us. Now, since we have decided where to get our data from our system, we have different systems. We have WhatsApp system that customer can interact with us through our WhatsApp, through our website, through our email, through our Gmail, through our Facebook, through our content management, customer management system, different way in which customer can interact with us. Now we are now left to decide which one we want to use to make this decision. So here we want to make the registration, our customer registration and subscription list to carry out the data analysis. If you can see my screen now, you see that I'm inside the backend of our platform, in which we have 3 forms here. Each of these forms, they are for everybody that's registered with the organization in the past, like maybe somebody have registered for data analysis and the like. So we have their data here. So we can analyze this data and use it to make some useful decision for the organization. And let's see how we can go. So I think we all understand it to this stage. We are at the stage of collecting data now. And so with this stage, for instance, let's assume this is the data here, but I cannot analyze the data here, but I can export the data to CVS, that is like Excel format. And with that, I've exported that particular data. So I have downloaded this. If I check my, I'm thinking maybe I should share full screen. But I've actually downloaded it. If I go to my download folder now, I will see the file there. Now, depending on the organization you are working with, it might be instead of downloading the data here, it might be maybe I went to my customer management system to go and download the data. The data can be from any source, depend on the project you are working on and depend on the type of problem you are trying to solve. But the most important thing, data collection, and that is all what data collection is all about. We have already collected our data that we want to use, and we have it downloaded to our system. The next stage is to move to clean up of the data. I have the data already downloaded to a particular file, and I need to clean up that data before I start working on that data. Why do I need to clean up this data? Can anybody remind us that from VJ presentation? Why do we need to clean up the data? We have the data already.
Please type in the chat. We have one answer: to remove unwanted information.
Yeah, that's nice. Any other question? Yeah, that's good. So those are the answer. We need to clean up the data to remove unwanted one, duplication, empty one, all those things that can cause error in our data, because if you have duplication and you are using the old data to carry out your analysis, definitely that would be issue. Now, I will use Excel or Google Sheet to analyze this data to the final stage, which is visualization stage. So you can follow along. Let me go to Gmail. So if you also have, you don't have the data, like I say, we should be doing it together, but I will show you the process. You can also download free. If you want to practice the same thing, you can go to Google Dataset Search. Then you're able to download different type of data set like that you can use for practice purpose. Okay, so now I'm on Google. Now if I click on the menu, you can see Google, you can use the Google Sheets. This Google Sheet is similar to your Excel, so everything we are doing here, you can also do it on your Excel. So now I will open a blank sheet. Everybody can see my screen. So I will open the blank sheet. So you can see the same thing with Excel. So now the file, I don't know, maybe I should open my, I want everything to be clear to you so that I can have, let me share the whole screen, sorry, so that you can see the file that we downloaded from our image system. Where the full screen? Advanced. Can we all see my screen again, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So I'll go to my folder and go to download. So can we see this file? Entry. Yeah. So this is the file I just downloaded from that system that we went to. So if I double click this file, you can see it's not making any sense and it's difficult to pick any information from this data like this. So because it is raw, this is what we call raw data. So we cannot easily, but for us to analyze it, I can import it to this sheet. So let me just quickly do that. So if you click on file and you click on import, sure, it will allow you to then upload, then browse, then I will be able to go to the my download directory and select the file I want to use, then
One
open.
second.
Okay, then it will import it there.
Did you get my message, Ola? Sorry, we will start sharing in 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. Very sorry about this, guys. While Ola is fixing this, does anyone have any questions about what we've done till now? Please ask us on the chat section, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. Yeah, you must be very good, Ola, because there are no questions here. Are there any questions based on the slides that I have shown? Oop, there's a message. Very good question, Revati. What modules did we cover in data analytics? Uh, I will be sharing that very soon after this one. It will be in my presentations.
Okay.
Yep. There's another question about what are the three sources of data. So the well, the three sources of data are like first primary data, which is internal data, secondary data, which is something they can find online, and there's a subsection where you can get an external company or external members to do the data research for you. I think that's what Ola hinted you at. So yeah, you're right. There are only two sources, which is primary and secondary. Primary is something you collect. Secondary is something someone else's collect and you do the data analysis on it. But a secondary sources can be in many ways. Something like how do we explain this? Something that can be done by a different company, or it can be from a census. That is what Ola was defining as the three sources of data. All right. We have another question from Samson. What determines the choice of application to use when analyzing? Or do we use all applications interchangeably? A very good question. It depends. If I understand by your question, what application are you asking? Do we use Excel? Do we use Python? Do we use something else? When you say tools, tools, so Python, Excel, and etc. So it depends on the company and it depends on what you're trying to analyze. For example, if you're analyzing a very small data to get very quick information, you can do Excel. But if you're trying to work with thousands and thousands of rows, that means you will have to use Python. I have another example right after this one to show you why you might use Python. And again, it depends on the company you're working at. They might be working with big data, with really complicated data pipelines, and they might require you to use their own frameworks. Does that answer the question, Samson?
Okay, so welcome back.
And then
Now,
before we continue, Ola, I would just want to ask this other question. Someone asked me about the three sources of data. Did I answer your question about it?
yeah, like the three source of data, the
Yep.
primary data, that is the first, that the in-house data, the data that belong to organization itself. The second type is the general public data. And the third one, we have commercial data. Like if you subscribe to a particular platform, you can buy data from there. So there are different data trading platforms in which they trade data among each other. So those are commercial data, and we have public data, and we have the in-house data, that is your own personal primary data. But both the commercial and the public data, we can also categorize them as secondary data because they are not primarily from the organization. Is that clear, please?
And then before Ola starts, I'll also answer the last two questions that have been asked. Are we going to be taught all the tools? We will try and experiment with all the tools and we'll go along with it. But there are infinite number of tools available. So it might be a bit difficult, but if you have any particular thing you want to learn, please let us know and we will teach you during the internship on the course. And then how about Tableau? I personally have not used it, but we can teach that during the course. All right. I
Okay.
will leave the demonstration with Yola. Please continue.
Okay, thank
And once
you.
again, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to everyone for disturbing this demonstration midway.
Yeah, thank you so much, PJ. So let's continue. So we have our data here, and we have different information on the data, the numbers, the selecting the type of different courses that we have here. Then we have, but basically what we want to study from this data is that we want to be able to make decision which course have high return on investment, which course have low return on investment, which one need attention, which one do not need attention, something like that. We just want to go with that. So the first thing we want to do is to clean up the data. And if you see the angle where my cursor is here, so I will just click here to, and what the major purpose why I pick that angle is to select all the data that I have on my sheet here. So that's it, to select all the rows and columns. That's why I click on that angle. And after doing that, I can go under data. You can see data under the menu. We got menu here and we have data here. So from there, I can see, you can see data cleanup. So for the data cleanup, we have different options: cleanup suggestion, cleanup, remove duplication. So I can remove any duplicate in this data. But before we clean up, let's just see how many data we have on this table to see if there is any actual difference. So at the moment we have 413. Then if we do data cleanup, so if you go to cleanup, remove duplication, then you can select the entire, then remove duplication. So no duplication in this data. But imagine you have many duplication in this data, that will just remove the duplication for you automatically. And with that, we are able to clean the data. And if there is some missing spaces, you can also do what we call filter. You can see filter, create filter. So if I click on create filter and select everything here, so I can filter this to a particular can clear filter. Then maybe I can filter to only UI UX design. And it will show me only data from UI UX design. Same thing for everything. And for instance, let me clear the filter.
You have to select, oh, there we go.
So for instance, let's assume I also have some empty here. So all this empty, they might affect my analysis by time I want to do my analysis. So I can also filter those empty out. So I can create a filter and go to under each of the rows. So I can decide what to use to filter. So if I click on blank, it will filter out all the blank. You can see this place, it is blank. And that's the reason we are seeing only this data, only this row now. So if I want to remove this row, I can just delete this particular row that is empty. So that is part of data cleanup. Because if I have those empty in my data, definitely it will affect my data result. So if I also check for the other one, that I will also see. So I can remove the filter again. So I still have empty here. So I can click on this particular code. I can filter again. Filter, data, create a filter. Then come to under this particular column. I also have some, you can clear all the filter first before you start, then you select blank. Then you can see we also have some blank one here. So I can also delete those two blank rows to clean up the data. So all this process of removing duplication, removing missing data, this is what we refer to data cleanup. Okay. Do we all understand data cleanup stage? If you understand data cleanup, please tap yes at the chat session before we move to another stage. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's move to the next stage. We have moved from defining the purpose to data connection, from data connection to data cleanup. So we have understand the data cleanup now. We are moving to descriptive analysis. And descriptive analysis, I will just create a new, if you look at the bottom line here, you can see plus, this plus sign is simply me add new sheet. So I want to open new sheet. I don't want to mesh up with this particular sheet. So if I click on new sheet, so basically this type of data I have here, we don't have much number there, because if you look at it, most of the thing information there, they are not in number. It's only the number of items that we have that is numeric here. Most of the things here, they are alphabetically, so I might not able to carry out some numeric operation on them. But I will just show you how to, should in case you want to carry out numeric operation on your data, like descriptive analysis, I will just show you some sample how you can go about it. So for instance, when we are talking about descriptive analysis, we can be talking about average, mean, or like minimum, maximum, range.
Standard deviation.
You say what?
Standard deviation.
Standard deviation, STD. Standard STD. So many and many more like that. So for what you just need to understand at this stage for descriptive analysis is if you are using Excel or Google Sheet ID, they are all the same thing. The first thing, for instance, let's assume we want to calculate average. Let's just put a rough data here. Where can I put it? Let me just put a rough data here. So let me just call this price. So let's just assume we have a raw data around somewhere there. And if you want to calculate average, just type is equal to, then you can type anything you want to calculate, like average. By the time you type average, you can see you got different options here. So definitely you can just choose the one, you can see average, and you even define what that average means for you. So you just need to click. And once you click on it, it will open that bracket for you to select the value you are working on. So it will allow you to select the value. And if you close the bracket and you press enter, you can see automatically find the average for us. So we can say the average of price from so people is so amount. That is descriptive analysis. The same thing for medium. So you can just say it's equal to minimum. And so since it opened that bracket for you, you can just go and click where you want to, where the data is. So if I click here now, you can see it automatically input that cell over there. So if I close that and enter, you can see it have already given us the minimum, which is 22. Same thing with maximum. So I can say it's equal to, then maximum. Since I have no words, you just need to know the name of what you want to do. Maximum, that is, by the time you start typing the maximum, you have seen the maximum itself. So it have already suggested itself because I've used it before. But if you don't want it, you can just click here and it will ask you to select. Just click on that particular column and it will automatically select for you. So bracket it and enter. You can see it has picked the maximum for us. So same thing with range. So we did that. We cannot use range here because we don't have data that suit to range. But based on the data you analyze, so that's how to go with descriptive analysis. It is as simple as that. Do we all understand descriptive analysis, please? If you understand, please just type yes before we move to another stage.
Ola, I will take over from here if you don't mind, please.
Maybe I'll just quickly finish with the last stage. Then,
okay.
Yeah.
There's a question about standard deviation. Do you want to do that one too?
Maybe I will leave it for you. Let me just quickly round up this one. Okay. So now that's what the descriptive analysis basically all about. Now we can also move to like exploring the data. And when I say the exploring the data, like finding trend in this particular data, like what type of trend can we see in this data? So these are our data we are working on. And if we want to find trend in this data, we can call what we call pivots. So if you select all this data and you come under insert, you can see pivot table. So if we click on pivot table, and we can create it. You can use the existing sheet or you can use a new sheet. So let me use a new sheet and it will create our pivot table here. So on this pivot table, there are different, we have rows and columns. So you can add rows, and what you want to add in the row depend on the kind of data, kind of information you want to analyze from that particular data we have. So for instance, we want to we want to know the percentage of people that select a particular course. We want to make decision on the 4 courses that we have there. So let's assume we have that. So a particular, that's how to add the row. Just click on add. Then you will see different information that you have on that particular data. So I selected this one because we have a column, this column there. That's the first thing. The second thing is to add the value for that column. So if I add the value, this is the value. You can see add value here. Click on add. Then add value for this. So I can see it have added the value of each of those. Because so for cloud computing, we have 99. For data analysis, we have 180. For UI UX design, we have 53. For website design, we have 77. That's pivot table. That's exploration. Like we can see some kind of trend there. But to move fast, we can move to the last stage of data analysis, because this you can understand it, but how can we present this information to the stakeholder? So, and the type of the stakeholder you want to present the information to will determine how you will present your data. For instance, in organization, we have sales manager, we have an engineering department, we have different and training production, different department in the organization, and all these departments need different information. So the kind of stakeholder you want to communicate with will determine what kind of information you will communicate with them. But to make this information easier for them, you have to visualize the data in a way that is easily understood by normal people. So that's what leads to the final stage of data analysis, which is data visualization. So at this stage now, we can visualize this data. If you look at the upper side here, you see 0 here. This 0 is because we have some empty space in our data here. So if we scroll down here, you can see all this empty space. So you can just highlight everything and delete those empty space. If you actually want to remove that 0.
I think there are some empty spaces within the data itself that we need to delete, not the empty space at the bottom.
I think, let's see.
If you scroll, okay, if you scroll up and if you do the filter, you will see there are some empty rows in the. Yep. I think if you delete those, it should fix itself.
So now, if we check the pivot table, so we can see that there is no that 0 there again. So basically, because of those empty 0 down at the bottom of the data, that's the reason we have that 0. So that's another type of clean up the data. So if we did not clean that up, that might also affect our results. So that's another reason why you need to clean up of your data. So we have this now. We can actually visualize this data by select all the area we want to visualize. And we can go to insert and you can use charts. You can see chart here. So if I click on that, you can see it has visualized the data for us. And from this data, I think all of us can easily, so which course is have the highest return on investment based on the data visualization you are seeing now? Anybody? Can type your answer at the comment in the chat section.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can see together we have analyzed this data together. We follow all the necessary steps in data analysis from defining the purpose, data from to collecting the data, clean up the data, exploit the data, descriptive analysis of the data, exploit the data, and to the final stage that all of us can easily understand within few seconds, which is data visualization. And at the same time, you might decide that maybe bar chart is not, pie chart is not okay for the type of data you want to use. At the same time, if you come here, you can actually change it to any other type of visualization you want. You can see this another visualization. You can also change it depending on how you think is the best way to present your data to your stakeholder. So that this part of work you will be doing in any organization you are working as data analysis. But the only difference there is that the type of data you might be working with might be different. The source of the data might be different. The complexity of the cleanup might be different. The complexity of the descriptive analysis, exploration, or the visualization might be complex, and you might be using different other tools. And all these things will be will be going in detail of them by time you start your internship program with us. You yourself, before you complete your internship, you will have able to work on different projects that you can use to build your portfolio. And that's part of advantage of this internship program for you. So it's not all about getting you the job. The job is already a guarantee. We are guaranteeing you job after the internship program. So there's nothing to worry about that. But it's also a priority to us for you to actually know what you are doing. We will be happy to have our product doing the best in any organization that they are working with. If you are working with Google, we want them to be happy that you come from Amatip. If you are working with Facebook, we want them to be happy that you come from Amatip IT. With that, we're able to be sending more people into those organizations if we can impart the quality of knowledge they actually needed at the organization for you to perform at the highest possible level of performance. So I will be stopping here and let's PJ continue with the remaining of the program. Thank you, PJ.
Thank you very much, Ola. Can everyone please react to Ola for his fantastic work at giving us an overview of data analysis? Thank you. Yeah. So Ola has gone through a very simple, straightforward data analysis you can do for a company and how to go about doing it. And as a part of the data analysis course, you will be doing something very similar to this one. Let me show you this. This is an example of a data set that you might be working with. So there are around over 5,000 courses, 5,000 data sets here. But to give you some information about this one, this is a movies database that you can get from IMDb. And this is a course or data set I've used in my previous training session. So all you need to do is you can see the director names, how many people reviewed it, how long the movie is. You can see a lot of data sets over here. For example, how many people liked it, what is the gross of it, how much money did they make, how much money did they lose, how much money they spent, and etc. And what you can do is, if I show you a different screen, you will be asked to compile a report, something similar to this. Can everyone see my Visual Studio Code screen. Can you see this, Ola?
Yes.
Yep. So as we go, the introduction is as a budget production, you have just around £400,000, and you have a budget of £500,000, and you want to make a profit of £100,000. And how do you go about doing it? So you can use this is done using Python, where you look at the IMDb dataset, everything over here, and then you filter all the datasets. So you repeat any empty ones, any duplicate ones. You've reset everything. You look at how much profit they make as a data cleaning and data analysis section, and then you explode the database looking at budget versus profit. So how much people put in or invest in the movies and how much profit it makes. Do you make a profit or do you make a loss, etc.? And you can also do a correlation matrices, such as these graphs, to see if there are any trends they can quickly look at. All of these are part of exploratory analysis. And I completely understand that I'm going through this very quickly, because going through this in detail would take at least a day or two. And this will be a sneak peek of what you might be doing in a data analysis course. And before we start, I will try and answer some questions. So, Green Ruth has been asking some questions. Can we generate charts too with a descriptive analysis? Yes, you can. Ola clearly showed it to us. And you said, can we do all of this with Python? If yes, what Python IDE? So yes, we can do it with Python. And one of the courses or one of the tasks that you'll be doing during the training is to do something similar to this report. And you'll be doing with a Python IDE. You can use Visual Studio Code. You can use PyCharm. You can use whatever you're comfortable with. And I hope I'm not scaring anyone about this one. And then Fatima asked a question about standard deviation. Standard deviation is just a mathematical tool or a statistical figure that you can do. I have this opened up in this Firefox picture, which is this equation that you can put on all the data sets to generate a number. What the number says how close or how much of it or how far away the data is spread. And again, this will be covered in due time. And yes, someone also identified that Power BI is something that we can use to do all this analysis and etc. And that will also be covered. Let's go back to our presentation. So I left everything at a question, career. And this is the most important question everyone asks, because if you learn data analysis, what can you do with it? And how far can you do with it? So with data analysis, what you do is you become a data analyst. The progression is as follows. From data analyst, if you're good at what you're doing and conclusions are correct, you will become a senior analyst. And after senior analyst, you can become an analytics manager. And then if you're really good at what you do and you continue doing this, you will become a chief data officer. So yeah, these are some examples that I noticed when I was opening my LinkedIn profile for data analyst jobs around me. And you can see there are 5, that's on the first page. There are more, and there are over 800 data analyst jobs. So if you learn with us, with our secured job guarantee, you will definitely get a job, and you will be competing with everyone in the market there. So let's go. What does the training session cover? Not a training session, the internship cover. We'll go through introduction of data analysis. So what I've done here, but a bit more detail, with more examples and demonstrations, and also the fundamentals of data. We will do data wrangling and pre-processing, so cleaning the data and also how to pre-process them. For example, Ola was showing us how we can remove the data that's not required, and I also showed you how to calculate a profit based on the gross and the budget in the example that I was showing. The other thing I'll do is I will set the statistical foundations you need. So everyone over here can walk away with what standard deviation means, range means, or any other mathematical terms we need to use, like p-value, z-test, and everything else. And advanced data analysis techniques will be like time series data that's used in forecasting and everything else. That will be covered. And then we will end up with data visualization and data reporting, as they're also very important along with analysis. And everything will be available, or the entire course outline will be available in training.amatip.co.uk//data analysis. And keep in mind, this is an evolving training course to cater our students. So I can already see that some some interns already asked about Power BI and Tableau. So I will be adding them to the course. So how this works is there will be 2 sessions a week. We can decide the dates on how many people based on the members that joined us and what days cater them, and we will decide from there. So your next chapter as a data analyst begins with us. There are only 20 spaces. Actually, I was corrected earlier today. There were less than 20 places available at $8.99. So join us before it's too late. And Ola, can you confirm how many places we have left for the offer, if there is any? You're muted, by the way.
So like said by Fidget, the actual price is $899, but we still have 5 options for the people that attended the today training program. Anybody that are ready to register at the right now, you can actually pay $799. So I will send the link for the $799 to you now on the chat area. So anybody that is joining right now, you can take that opportunity. That's our gift to you for attending the training section today. So instead of $899, you can actually pay $799. So I'm trying to share the link.
Thank you very much, Ola. And just to reiterate this entire training will cater to everyone. So I know some people mentioned that they have not done data analysis before, they have zero experience. That's completely fine. We will go from the ground up. We will start with simple, direct data analysis, giving you all the stages that you require to see so you understand more about it, going to the complex data analysis that's done in the report. And by the end of the training session, you'll be guaranteed with a job and you'll be able to do the same or similar report or even at a higher level. That is our guarantee. Now I'll open the floor for any questions. There's a first question already. What if I can't meet up for the payment this session? Is there an opportunity for another session? I will leave that with Ola again.
Yeah, like I said, the $799 payments is discounts for everybody that is here today with us on this training program. So you can pay $799 instead of $899. So that's the link I shared to the. Can everybody see the link, please?
Nope, it's not available on the chat.
Don't know what's going on.
Are you sending it to a person in private?
No.
It's in the notes. Thank you very much for confirming that.
Can you able to share it at your own end, please?
All right, let's open the notes and do it.
I dropped it for you on WhatsApp.
Oh, thank you. I'll do that.
So for everybody that can able to register right now today, you can go on with the link. The payment there is set. And the good thing there is that we understand the financial issue. You have 3 payment options because we are very flexible with our payment option. You can pay once, you can pay monthly, and you can pay weekly. So that means you can start as little as £34 today. So if you are paying weekly, that's £34 weekly. So and that should not be difficult for any of us to avoid, and that's our primary aim and objective of make the price very little and also to make the payments flexible so that everybody can have opportunity to take advantage of this opportunity so that there will not be any excuse. The £34 is beyond what we are spending on all other things in our life, and in fact, to me, it's a very small money compared with the value that we stand to gain. This is an investment in your future. This is an investment on yourself. This is not something that will go away. This is something that you continue benefit, as in you are making a great decision today. And why not give it a try? Why not give it a try? And with everything, you have nothing to lose. To me, you have nothing to lose. The organization have already guaranteed you job. The organization have already guaranteed you money back. That if we promise you job and you think we are still giving you your money back if we did not fulfill our promise. So you have nothing to lose. And that money as well is, even a day work is more than 34 pounds, and 34 pounds per week. I don't think it should be a challenge to anybody. Yeah. May God make it easy for us. So that's it about the price and everything that you need. Everything that, if you watch our seminar before, if you have participated in the seminar before, everything that we promise, we still remain on those promises. Firstly, during the 6 months internship program, that's the period that we will use to train you. That's the reason we say we don't need your previous experience. If you have it, it's an advantage. But if you don't have it, this, with every knowledge that you will gain, it's the practice you can see. Even with today knowledge alone, if they ask you about data analysis, you can able to talk boldly about data analysis with little knowledge you gain today, and now compare it with what you will gain in the next 6 months of internship program with us. The level of practical you have exposed to, there's nothing they are doing in data analysis industry that you will have not been exposed to during this 6 months internship program. That with that, you have all the up-to-date skill that is required for the job. Then also during this internship program, this is the time that you have opportunity to build your portfolio, because portfolio is very important in industry. And all the projects you'll be working on during your internship program, those are the projects you will use to build your portfolio. And they are latest portfolio that every employer will be happy to see, and they will be happy to take somebody that have them. That's that. And also, we also promise that we enroll you under British membership, British Computer Society, as a membership of the society, in which you can also be adding that to your portfolio as a member of British Computing Society, one of the biggest computer professional body that we have in United Kingdom. That's it. And as far as references is concerned, there is no any work you'll be going for. You will need to submit your reference. And in most cases, the reference they are talking about is not just any reference for anybody you know. It's reference that are relevant to the roles you are looking for. For instance, you are seeking role for data analysis. Your reference should come from your past working place where you have worked as a data analysis. And that is what we are ready to give you in order to make your job a successful one. And also a word of recognition, because we also understand the factor that there are many competition out there, but with only few people have a word of recognition. And during your internship program, we study your area of strength and able to award you a word of recognition of excellence in that area of strength. And that's another plus to you. And you cannot have all this in conjunction with our recruitment agency that will be working with you on this process. They will be the one that will be sourcing for the employment, and as in the potential employer for you. It's not more your responsibility to be looking for a job. It's now our responsibility to do that for you. And because we have all the necessary requirements that we have imparted in you, that we have worked with you together to achieve, definitely that will also help the recruitment agency to easily find a place for you. And with that, by the time if you start your program now, 2024 can be a year of success to you as a data analysis, and you can start your journey. Why not? Why not give it a try? So, like I said, we have dropped the link at the chat area, right? So
Yeah,
you can check that, and you can actually choose any convenient subscription method that is maybe weekly or monthly, or if you wish to pay it once, anyone you choose is convenient to us. So that's it. And VJ, we add more to it, but brief before we go, we are going on end of the year break by Friday, and we are resuming back by January 8th. So all the registration must, if you pay today, you are taking advantage of 799. If you cannot pay today, you can pay up before Friday, but you are paying 899. So that's the difference. Over to you, PJ.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ola.
You're welcome.
Yep, as Ola mentioned, Christmas is upon us, so everyone, I wish you a very happy holidays. Before we do that, let's go through the questions. There was a question that said, how many slots do we have left again? I believe 5 slots have been filled up. There are 15 slots more left. Is that correct? Or do we have more applicants that joined in recently?
Yeah, we still give the grace to anybody that is here today and want to pay right now. As in, I want to pay today. So far, you attend this program, you're automatically going, because if you have to be following that, probably we have exceeded the number. But anybody that is here today can still join us, can still take advantage of 799 payments.
Nice. And then there was a question about, is there an exam we need to take after the training? It will not be an exam, but it will be a coursework that will be going along. So it will give you a real life application and how you do it kind of experience. So that will be done and it will be set by the examiner or the trainer for the internship. Is there anything else that we need to add to that, Ola?
The only thing is that if you have a passionate interest on any professionals or any certification outside this program, we will make sure that we train you for that certification to ensure that you pass the certification. That's another bonus that you have in this program. So for instance, maybe you choose any certification outside this program and you want to add that certification to your value, but preparing for that, because it's one thing to do the certification, it's another thing to pass the certification. But if you have good mentor to prepare you for the certification, definitely you will pass the certification. So it's part of our responsibility to prepare you in terms of knowledge that you need to pass your certification. That's it.
Yep. There were 2 more questions. I didn't miss you there. So one question is, can you confirm the duration of the internship?
6 months.
So for 6 months, for data analysis and everything is 6 months.
6 months.
And the internship timetable, I don't think we've finalized the exact dates when we are starting, have we?
It's starting on the 8th of January, but
Okay.
every individual have their own group. So probably before that, they will have sent your group dates to you via your email, so that you know the dates you belong to within the week. Because for everybody is 2 times in a week, but we actually group everybody into different groups.
Yep.
To make the class, like, we don't want overcrowding, something like that.
And there's another question about what certification exams are required for data analysis. It's all up to you. There are no certification exams that are mandatory for the internship, but having an exam certification is also always good for an employer. But we'll go more about this in detail during the internship. And there's another question that said, am I to pick my time to join? What do you mean by that question, Segan? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm going to give the opportunity for everyone to unmute themselves so it's easier to talk to us if they want to do it that way. Is there a specific time in the day or the night? That will be confirmed by the students or by the participants in the group. It depends on everyone's availability and the trainer's availability.
Yeah,
And
but basically, it might be different day in a week, but it is always 8, like this same time we are using, 8 to 10, 8 to 11. That's it. So to give flexibility to those that are also doing other work. So it's always evening time, but your different people might have different days on the week.
so any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. You can ask us or you can type in the chat. Me and Ola are more than happy to answer them. That's great that we managed to convince someone to join us today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, the questions can be about the introduction to data analysis as well, not just the internship program. So there we go. And we will definitely support your dream to become a data analyst.
Yeah,
Some
we
of us
will.
prefer daytime lectures. Oh,
It has
sorry, go on, Ola.
become our responsibility to bring you to the limelight.
Yep, some of us prefer daytime lectures. Yes, as we said, we will discuss it during once
Yeah,
you signed up, we will discuss it, but we will try and cater to everyone's timings.
yeah, that's it.
Is anyone else aiming to become a data analyst, or are you still browsing? Has someone unmuted themselves? Uh, there are no other hidden charges. We can definitely confirm that.
Yeah, there's no any hidden charges. That's all.
Everything is very transparent. Will they be
Really.
recorded classes? Yes, there will be
Yes.
recorded classes. Every single Zoom session will be recorded for your own peruse. Yeah, I just want to highlight one more point. This is an evolving internship, meaning if you have anything you want to learn, feel free to ask us and we will cater to it, as long as it's not very extreme.
Hmm? Oh.
Uh, Thank you, Samson. Thank you, Samson. Thank you for going with data analysis. Okay. There's another question that says the payment covers the certification and internship. Yes, it does. Certification being the certificate that Vivo Amatip IT will issue. Is that correct?
Yeah, and the British Computing Society
Membership, yep. And
membership.
then everything to, and yes, we will get you trained and also get you a job by the end of the training session. And then for your information, for your benefit, we'll be sure if I don't know if you're in the group chats on WhatsApp, but if you go through our previous Zoom recording sessions, you will get more details on what exactly goes through that. Do we have the Zoom? Are you on the group chat? Maybe I think it's best if you send everyone that joined the seminars an email or the WhatsApp group. Yep. Send everyone that joined the seminars. We can send them a link to all our seminars at the end. It might
Okay,
help them.
okay,
I think that'll be a good idea. Yeah.
okay.
All right. If there are there any more questions? If there are no other questions, then I wish you all a happy Merry Christmas and hopefully see you tomorrow for our next introduction seminar.
Yeah. Sure. If you also want to know more about other career paths that we have, you can also attend our other seminar. We have tomorrow, we have for UI UX design, and on Thursday, we have for cloud computing engineering. Then we also have for website design the following. So any of those areas that also interest you you can also attend them. Okay. So
Yep.
let's make the decision today. There's nothing stop you from doing this. It's just left to you. Like if you watch one of our video on our platform, I said there, it's there. There are three most important things that you have presently. Three most important things in life that you have presently. And those three things, the way you are using them will determine who you are today and who you are becoming. And those three things are your mind. Your mind, everything you will become or anything you will do, it starts from your mind. That you attended this program today, you make the decision from your mind. And once you do that, the next thing that you have that is most important to you in life is your time. You can use your time to do anything that you want. Whether you start this program now or you did not start the program now, 6 months will pass and you will just notice that that 6 months have passed. If you start the program now, the 6 months will come and you'll have completed the program and you'll be waiting for the results. But if you did not start the program now, the 6 months will also pass and you'll still be the same. So that's the second important thing in your life, the time. And how you are using it, it depends on, it will determine what you will definitely become in life. And the last one is your brain. You have your brain to filter information. And that's the reason we have presented all the opportunity we have to you. You can use your brain to decide, okay, this is cool for me. Why not give it a try? So those three important things, everybody have it in life. And the way we are using those three things will actually be determining who you are now. That's what determines who you are at the moment. And that's what will continue to determine who you will become. Your mind, your time, and your brain. And there's another one thing that is important, but only few people, less than 10 people in the world have those one thing. And that one thing can it can destroy the first three things, and that is belief. Because you can see a particular information that is useful, but if you don't develop belief in it, that might make you not to make any good decision about the information. So belief also, if you believe in yourself that you can actually become a data analysis, why not give it a try? So you have to apply that belief to the resources you have now. You have your brain. Forget that something is difficult. Nothing is difficult. If you see somebody to break information down for you, it is not difficult. Even with little we have shared with you today, to some extent, you are not a novice in data analysis again. And that's what we show you, that it is not difficult. If you actually devote your time to it, you can actually know it. And why not give it a try? Why not start now? Why delaying? 34 pounds per week cannot kill you. So that's it. So I think we can stop it here now. Anybody that have interest, we have dropped the link. We will also send it to your email. We will also drop it on the WhatsApp. So you can join us in this internship and make 2024 your year of abundant success. That's it.
Let's give them 2 more minutes and then we can close the meeting.
Okay.
It seems like there are no questions. I hope everyone enjoyed our introduction to data science. Hopefully you've learned something new.
Anything you would like to discuss, we are here for you. Let's discuss it. Anything you would like to know more, let us discuss it here. Anything that is scaring you, that you don't want you to get started now, let us know it now.
Yep. Maybe me scaring the reports might have scared some people. Because there's a lot of words and a lot of information there. But I promise you, everyone here will be able to do that before the end of the internship.
Yeah. So
it seems like there were no other questions, so we should be happy to close the meeting. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Can everyone in the Amatip just stay in the call? We can discuss a bit afterwards. that's fine.
Yeah. And if you have not paid now and you attend this particular seminar and you want to take advantage of the 799, the discount value, you can also message us. If you have the number, we have dropped our number, the email, you can also send email to have the link for the 799 payment. That's it. And once you make your payments, you can just tell us, as in send us an email. It can be just your name and your email, and if possible, you can include your screenshot. Anyone complain, we already have the data. We confirm your payments and get in touch with you as soon as possible. That's it.
There is one quick question. Can you explain what you meant by just wish the time scale is shorter, Olufemi? What do you mean? What do you mean? What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, for some of us that actually have, experience in data analysis, yeah, I
Yep.
mean, we've actually gone through all the trainings anyway, but the package and everything, the reference and all that is, it's something that's is good here. Although, for instance, on the website, I see it's 4 months there. 6 months is I mean, if something like just brush up the knowledge and then be able to join the search and it doesn't matter, we can pay the whole money, but be able to start searching for job and on time. I think that might be, if it's something that can be looked into, I think it's maybe a added advantage. That's just what I feel, in terms of the short time scale, 6 months. Yeah. But I'm gonna join. I've actually made the decision. It's just for me to make the payment. So I will definitely join. So yeah.
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 Can I quickly answer that, PJ, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
please. Yes.
Yeah. Olufemi, for everybody
Yeah.
that have similar question with Olufemi, in time of the money, we cannot separate the service, because if you look at the value we are giving out
Yeah.
compared to the money we are collecting, they are not equal at all. So the money is just like our commitment. But in time of, if you have experience before, how can we balance the two? The only thing, the most important thing is that once we are certified that you have all the necessary skills that involve, like maybe once, like your case now, we can have a discussion with you and evaluate your present levels of skill. If there is any area that you need to work on, so it can be, the training can be personalized, like, okay, this person have know this, you don't need to waste time on this again. Why not build more skill on this particular area? So, and maybe instead of spending those long time, your own, maybe within 1 or 2 months, you're able to cover all the remaining aspects that we expect you to cover. Then we can start your own job processing there. So
Okay.
it
That's
doesn't
fine.
mean that everybody have to spend that 6 months. And the 6 months, basically, if you attended the seminar, we mentioned of 2 real-life projects. And those projects, there are things that might consume some time, and you have to complete those projects. It's part of the portfolio building and what we can also use to back up your references. Think you understand. But if you have previous knowledge, definitely you can embark on your project straight away and you can complete it within 2 or 3 months. Why not? Then we go on with the other processes that involve.
Thank you.
Is that clear?
Yeah, very
You
clear.
need more?
Yeah, very clear. That's
Okay.
very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There is another question about sponsorship job because of ever-changing immigration law in the UK. Can we guarantee the sponsorship jobs? I will let you take this one too, Ola.
Okay. In time of sponsorship, what is clear to us is that majority of organizations that are taking data analysis, they have capacity to sponsor. And once your organization have capacity to sponsor, definitely, if you need sponsorship, they will give you sponsorship. For instance, let me use NHS, for example. NHS have many roles for data analysis, and NHS can actually sponsor anybody. We all know that, right? So but there are some skills that the organization that are looking for people or the role itself cannot be sponsored. If you attend our seminar, we discuss those skills because it's not only these 4 areas that have shortage in UK. Something like something like digital marketing, cybersecurity also have, but we have split out the disadvantage in them. For instance, digital marketing is very, as in have high demand in the UK, but most of the employer will not give you sponsorship. That's the reason we excluded it. So we are not the one that will give the sponsorship, but based on the data we have at hand, most of the employer of data analysis can actually provide sponsorship. Is that clear? Is that actually answer your question clearly, please? Okay, you're welcome. Another question? Thank you, Bola.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you all, and hopefully I'll see you all again tomorrow. Not next year, tomorrow.
All right.
Bye all.
Bye. So if you need any information, you can reach us on our phone number, or you can also reach out to us through via our email, info@amatip.co.uk. Bye for now.
Bye.